Hello everyone and welcome to another video with me, Umber Rays, and I have just gone off a 5-hour live stream with a little bit of technical difficulties, but thank you to everyone who came out. You guys were all awesome, and basically all of my subscribers as well as followers on Twitch. Thank you so much, of course, for joining me. It was a lot of fun having you guys there, because otherwise these live streams are kind of boring, and yes, I have heard your feedback. You want the flower petals out of the way. I'll work on it. It's on my list of things to do. But also on my list of things to do is to talk about the TGS live stream that we just had and give you all the news and all the updates. So let's get right into it. And before we do that, I think we need just a bit of music. And I'm also going to try not to blow out your eardrums too. But I'm going to try and find a nice little balance. Maybe a little lower. Anyway, so let's get right into it. What are the things that we found out from this live stream? Well, given that there's a second live stream, I wasn't expecting us to get all of the information for the month of October, but we did get enough information to start seeding us into what will be an interesting month. It basically, through advertisements, I have been essentially confirmed that October is going to be the start of the 3rd month anniversary, as they are advertising it as such. And so, yes, while we didn't get all the information from this live stream, expect the Nico live stream to have some juicy stuff and potentially some nice rewards, because really we didn't get much from this now. So first of all is a brand new version update. That's right, Brave Exvius is getting another version update. I would say that this one's slightly not as impactful, but at the same time, it's going to be hugely impactful for the game. So let's talk about it. First of all, there will be a new update to show you which areas of the game you have cleared and completed at the top of the area. So, you know, it's kind of a nice idea of just making it a little bit easier to find out where, you know, you've done and where you have yet to do. Other than that, there's not much else to mention about that. Next up, you will also be able to, in Fights view, the left number of buffs or effects over top of a user's head. Currently, by just clicking and holding and basically doing, you know, the kind of pause thing, you can see that right now, but we can't see them over top of the character's head, so that is being added. Also in battle will be a total damage chain and chain counter. So in an entire turn, there will be over top of your characters how much damage you've done and how big your chain has been. Very nice little quality of life thing that's going to make it easier for me, who's, you know, reviewing units that I don't have in my party, allowing to show just how much damage they can do. So this is just a nice improvement for the future, and especially me. Also, we are going to see rotating challenge vortex, and this rotating challenge vortex has something called super pots. Have you ever thought that a unit just doesn't have enough stats in HP or MP or attack, defense, magic, or spirit? Well, there's going to be a new type of pot that basically breaks the cap for these units. Now, I wouldn't expect anything too major. Basically, at first, these pots are just going to be, you know, one probably point at a time increasing, except maybe for HP and MP, which might be, you know, HP 10 by MP, but still. Point is that there will be a way in the future to improve your characters. Now, the way it looks like is that these rotating banners go every 4 days, and if you can beat them, you have the chance of getting something. So it's not necessarily a guaranteed, it's not fully explained yet. We'll have to wait and see exactly what it looks like when it comes out. But this is interesting. This potentially is a way to make any character good, provided enough time and resources go into it. But that also means that with how rare these are going to be at the start, you're going to want to really you're going to want to be really careful where you put these. And this is obviously being added after the parameter missions, because this would make the parameter missions considerably easier and not worth spending money on. So good job, Alan. You figured it out. Now, with that being said, the last thing that's being added in here is going to be something that we were promised about a year ago, which is Esper keys. And if you're wondering what Esper keys are items that you can use, basically feed to an Esper to get extra SP. So, hey, have you ever been frustrated that you just can't reach something on this grid? You know, Ifrit really could use just 100 extra MP. Well, you get enough of these Esper keys and you will be able to increase the amount of SP your Esper has and just make them stronger. So, they look to be color coordinated, which could mean that they are only for specific Espers. Again, not all details are known about it yet, so we'll have to wait and see when it comes out in the future. Okay. But the 28th holds a couple of other things. Well, maybe we should talk about the 25th first. Let's go in chronological order. So the 25th, you probably have noticed in-game that we are getting a banner coming back, and not just any banner, Valkyrie profile. Now there are no new units to this, this is basically all of the old characters, and there's no step-up banner whatsoever this time. It's just 3 rotating banners where one will be Lenneth, one will be Freya, one will be Arngrim. So if you want another chance at getting Bahamut's tier, if you want another chance at getting Freya or Lenneth, this is probably going to be your last chance for a while, because not getting a new event means that maybe they're just not interested in doing another event, maybe it's not possible. It could mean that there's another event in the near future, but for now, you might want to consider it as such, that it may be your last chance. And revealed on stream was our new Fan Festa character, and this one, I gotta say, is pretty freaking awesome. If you are going to the Fan Festa, if you buy a ticket for the Fan Festa, which, by the way, the only way to get a ticket for the Fan Festa is to be entered into a lottery, which I believe have all been drawn at this point, then you're not going to get this character, at least at first. Chocobo Fina is a 5 to 7 star unit, so I assume that you need at least 2 of her. For those of you who cannot get the Fan Festa ticket, you'll be able to get her in a rare gacha at a later date, but for now, you just... Basically, it's a nice little gift for those of people who are going to the Fan Festa in Tokyo, I should say, at the big site. But this unit looks like she will be pretty damn good. For one thing, I have to give a special shout out to her 7-star form, which has baby chocobos wandering around it. It's so cute, it will make you vomit. Her TMR right now we know is a 20% HP MP and all status effects immunity. Great, not stop and charm obviously, but still very, very powerful. Nice little source of extra status immunity. Want this for sure. Super TMR is an accessory. 45 attack, defense, magic, and spirit, and activates chocobo protection whenever the fuck that is. But 45 to all stats? Yeah, it's pretty fucking good. Want this super TMR, especially when we find out what else it does. And the other thing we've noticed is that, well, it's finally here. We've been waiting for this for a long time. On the 28th of September, when the new update drops, we will get the enhancements for all of Season 2 story units, except Hayu. Apparently Hayu doesn't count as a story unit, neither does Axstar. Okay, it's probably because both Hayu and Axstar are just too damn good. And so these are the units that we are going to see enhancements for. Awakened Rain, CG Laswell, Fina, Sakura, Nicole, Lid, Jake, Reagan, Citra, Seghart, Folka, Ignacio, and Sid. We have no details at this point what all of their enhancements are going to be like, but needless to say, Awakened Rain, Lid, as well as probably Seghart are all going to just make those characters much better, as well as CG Fina, who is already incredibly useful, and the other characters only stand to benefit from these enhancements. What their enhancements will be is really going to be the big question mark about how good these units will be in the future, except for the 3 that I mentioned at the start, who are already frickin' top tier anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But with that being said, there is some other things to note. First of all, it was interesting to, and this is very important for everyone on the global side as well as the JP side, they intend to make dual wield more viable in the future, considering that they are absolutely tired of the double hand era that has been going on for too long, in their opinion. They mentioned to look forward to the enhancements of CG Laswell that are coming up, and yeah, we didn't really get much in the way of concrete details, but it could be the very near end, or at least maybe the attempt to have parity between dual wield and true dual hand, which is very interesting. For the longest time now, true dual hand has basically been the do it or get the hell out, and dual wield has been suffering for it. Well, it looks like that could change in the very near future, given by the fact that Alum, the essential makers of the game, have said that they want to change things up. And that could be a good news for anyone who is interested in using some dual-wield units, and it could mean a future for some other characters too. We'll have to wait and see exactly what this means and where the chips fall. If it is, Laswell could be the first of the characters that we should really be watching. Of course, Reagan is also in this batch, who is a dual-wield character, so really I'm quite curious about this. I'm also curious about what they're going to do with all of these units. Volka is really missing Stop and Charm. Ignacio could use some better buffs. Sid could probably just use some chaining on the ground, as well as some way to just, make his cooldowns a little bit faster, since his cooldown is essentially a big buff for him. Seghart, well, I've already talked about him. Citra is already inferior to her beach versions, and I don't think her enhancements could, or should fix that. Reagan, I guess we'll find out when the dual wield comes up. CG Jake, best of luck to you, Alum. Lid, Lid just could use some stronger buffs since she can't do as much damage as Orin and can't do as much healing as Fid, so therefore, yeah. CG Nickel needs some better buffs if he wants to compete against the best buffers, basically Primrose and Eurisha. Sakura could just use easier ways to get her pentacasting, or, more damage, I guess. Laswell, well, that's a big question mark. Fina, more elemental enhancements, as well as just, I don't know, maybe some kind of extra benefit to her auto-revive. And then Awakened Rain, I mean, he's top fucking tier on both sides, Global and JP. I don't know what they're going to do, but they're probably going to make it worse. Anyway, all of this was very interesting for this live stream. We also found out that Alum is apparently not in a good state right now with the higher-ups. The higher-ups are quite unhappy with the amount of tickets that are being given, straight after live streams. So there seems to be some anger with the higher-ups, and they're looking to give gift tickets instead or something. What exactly this means, I don't know. There are a lot of question marks about everything that has been said in this live stream that I'm just not sure about. When are we going to see Chocobo Fina become a rare gacha? What exactly is going to happen to the dual wield meta? How good are these enhancements going to be for all of these characters at once, which is going to be very expensive? Is version 3.5 going to be that nice? Well, okay, that one's pretty easy. And last but not least, is the 3rd anniversary have anything really cool? We just don't know yet. And so that brings me to the last two things that were mentioned. Two things that I should talk about. First of all, the monthly Nico stream. That is happening on September 26th at 9 p.m. Japanese Standard Time. There we will find out about the next month's Mog King banner. And so, yeah, tune in for that. Find out. I'm still betting Final Fantasy VIII, which is also why I have Final Fantasy VIII music playing. Oh, wait, it's on this side now. And last but not least, the 3rd anniversary stream has also been dated. If you're wondering, the 3rd anniversary starts in October, but the big anniversary live stream is on the 21st of October. And that's going to be the big one to keep an eye out for, as that's the one where we get all of our rewards like we did last year. Except for the ticket thing. I'm hoping the ticket thing happens sooner than later. We'll find out in 3 days what's going to be happening for the month of September. So yes, that is basically everything. There was some other stuff about just a fan Festa event with some, some cool things, some songs to be featured, some merchandise to be bought, and of course, yours truly will be going to that fan Festa in Tokyo this year. And I am pretty damn excited for it. I actually have to go buy my ticket right after I make this video. So, I hope you guys are excited for all the news. I hope you will join me on Wednesday to see what is coming in the month of October for all of us. Whether it is third year of story, but probably not. Looks like the third year of story is going to start in November, probably. What the enhancements are going to be, all of that we'll find out very, very soon, basically on Wednesday. So let's get hype. The third anniversary has just started, and we have not even seen any rewards yet. So thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Take care. Oh yes, and the Mercenary Rams, a global and second batch of 7 stars, that video is coming in the future. See you then!